Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Melani Putri. I'm from 11th and my number is 2110118120012. In 12th meeting today, I will presentation the first about vocabulary. First, from vocabulary is sign or sinus in bahasa. Sign in geometry, the sign function can be defined as the ratio of the length of the opposite side to that of the hypotenuse in a right angle triangle. The sign function is used to find the unknown angle or sides of a right angle triangle. We can see in this picture the formula from sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Next, number 2, there is cosine or cosinus in bahasa. Cosine is the ratio of the length of the adjacent leg to that of the hypotenuse. We can see the picture again. The formula of cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And number 3, tangent or tangan in bahasa. In geometry, the tangent of an angle is the ratio of the length of the opposite side to the length of the adjacent side. In other words, it is the ratio of sine and cosine function of an acute angle such that the value of cosine function should not equal to 0. The formula from tangan, we can see in this picture again, is tangent equals opposite over adjacent. Next, number 4 is opposite side or sisi yang berlawanan in bahasa. Opposite side is across from a given angle. Next, number 5, adjacent side or sisi yang bersebelahan or berdekatan in bahasa. Adjacent side is the non-hypotenuse side that is next to a given angle. And number 6, hypotenuse or sisi miring in bahasa. Hypotenuse is of a right triangle is always the side opposite the right angle. It is the longest side in a right triangle. We can see in one picture there is a opposite side, hypotenuse side, and adjacent side. For example of 3 vocabulary. Next, there angle of elevation or sudut elevasi in bahasa. Angle of elevation is an angle that is formed between the horizontal line and the line of sight. If the line of sight is upward from the horizontal line, then the angle formed is an angle of elevation. We can see in this picture, an observer is looking at the object standing on the ground, forming an angle theta with the line of sight and horizontal line. Next, from vocabulary is number 8, angle of depression or sudut tegak lurus. Angle of depression is an angle that is formed with the horizontal line if the line of sight is downward from the horizontal line. If the object observed by the observer is below the level of the observer, then the angle from between the horizontal line and the observer's line of sight is called the angle of depression. We can see in this picture from example, this is a human being to observer and the line of sight with object to the object, and theta be to angle depression with the horizontal line. Next, number 9 9 is perpendicular axis or suku tegak lurus in bahasa. A perpendicular axis is an angle that is formed between the horizontal line and the line of sight. If the object observed by the observer is below the level of the horizontal line, then the angle from between the horizontal line and the observer's line of sight is called the angle of perpendicular axis. perpendicular axis theorem or plane figure theorem states that the moment of inertia of planar lamina lie two-dimension object above an axis perpendicular to the plane of the lamina is equal to the sum of the moments of inertia of lamina about the two axes at right angle to each other. It is on plane intersecting each other at the point where the perpendicular axis passes through it. And the last from vocabulary is Pythagorean theorem or Theorem of Pythagoras in Bahasa. Pythagorean theorem or Pythagoras theorem is basically used to find the length of an unknown side and the angle of triangle. Pythagoras theorem states that in a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse side is equal to the sum of square of the other two sides. We can see the picture from the example. We can see A side, B side, and C side. A to be the perpendicular, B to be the base, and C to be the hypotenuse. The formula from Pythagoras theorem is hypotenuse to the power of 2 equals perpendicular to the power of 2 plus base to the power of 2. And we got the C to the power of 2 equals A to the power of 2 plus B to the power of 2. Next, I will explain about video in e-learning with the using geometry to solve from missing information. For acute angle E, sin E equals 5 over square root of 41 in code A equals 8 over 10. Find the value of the other four trigonometric ratios. Ratios. Solution. There a triangle with the opposite side as an adjacent side and hypotenuse side. This is acute angle. This is acute triangle with the opposite side equals 5, adjacent side equals 4, and hypotenuse side equals square root of 41. Let A equals the adjacent side of the right triangle. We know that cot A equals 8 over 10. Cotangent A equals A over 5 equals 8 over 10. So, A over 5 equals 8 over 10. We multiply, cross multiple, and we have 10A equals 40. And we divide, and the both sides we divided by, and the both side we divided by 10, and the value of A equals 4. With the formula from tangent is opposite over adjacent, and we have 5 over 4, and the formula of cotangent A equals adjacent over opposite. So we have a cotangent A, the value equals 4 over 5. Next, there are example 13 to be the first example today with the question: a young tourist visiting Washington D.C. is awed by the size of the Washington Monument, which is 555 feet tall. The tourist, who is 5 feet tall, is standing 50 yards far from the monument. With the question: a young tourist visiting Washington D.C. is awed by the size of the Washington Monument, which is 555 feet tall. The tourist, who is 5 tall, is standing 50 yards from the monument. At what angle, to the nearest degree, is she elevating her head? Is she elevating her head when she looks at the top of the monument? Solution: we know the monument's tall equals 555 feet and the tourist's tall equals 5 feet, and the distance between tourist and monument is 40 yards equals 140 feet. Because the angle elevation of tourist head is concerned, calculation must be start from the height of tourist head, and the vertical height equals the monument's height minus the tourist height, and 555 minus 5 equals 550. Let's see the picture to assumption for we know about the situation. The monument equals the opposite side, the distance. The monument equals the opposite side, and the distance equals the adjacent side. Let x equals measure of the angle. So tan x equals opposite over adjacent, and opposite is 550 and adjacent is opposite is 550 over the adjacent is 150 equals 3.6667. X equals arctangent 3.6667. So the value of x is 74.7 degree. So we rounding up equals 75 degree. So the angle formed when the tourists look at the top of the monument is 75 degree. This done from this example. Next, there example 14 with the question: the diagonal of a rectangle is 8 in long and makes a 30 degree with the longer side. What is the perimeter of the rectangle? Solution: we know that the rectangle's diagonal equals 8 inch, and the angle between the long side and diagonal equals 30 degree. The diagonal creates two right triangle within the rectangle. The right triangle has a special angle is The right triangle has a special angle, like 30 degree, 60 degree, and 90 degree. The three trigonometric ratio. The first sin 30 degree equals half, cos 30 degree equals square root of 3 over 2, and tangent 30 degree equals 1 over square root of 3. With the ratio leg opposite to leg adjacent to hypotenuse equals 1 to square root of 3 to 2. Attention the picture. Side AB over BD equals square root of 3 over 2, and we cross multiply the both sides. AB over 8 equals square root of 3 over 2, and to AB equals 8 over 3. So the value of AB equals 4 square root of 3. AD over BD equals half, and the value of BD is 8. We cross the multiply the both sides, and we have 2AD equals 8, and the value of AD equals 4. The perimeter equals 2AB plus 2AD. So we have 2 times 2, 4 over equals 2 times 2, 4 equals 2 times 4 and square root of 3 plus 2 times 4, and we get the value of perimeter is 8 square root of 3 plus 8. So the perimeter of the rectangle is 8 square root of 3 plus 8. Next is example 15. Question: what is the exact area of a square whose diagonal is 8 inch? Solution: the diagonal creates two isosceles right triangles within the square. We know that the square's diagonal equals 8 inch, the hypotenuse side equals 8 inch, and the sides of a square are equal. The triangle formed is the isosceles right triangle. Next is the last example in this meeting is example 15. The isosceles right triangle has a special angle, like 45 degree, 45 degree, and 90 degree. The three trigonometric ratio is sin 45 degree equals 1 over square root of 2, cos 45 degree equals 1 over square root of 2, and tangent 45 degree equals 1. The ratio is length to hypotenuse equals 1 to 1 to square root of 2. Let x equals the side of the square using the ratio length to hypotenuse. 1 over square root of 2 equals x 8. And we divided by the both side with square root of 2. So x square root of 2 over square root of 2 equals 8 over square root of 2. So the value of x equals 8 over square root of 2. The area equals x to the power of 2. So 8 over square root of 2 to the power of 2. So we have 64 over 2 equals 32 inch to the power of 2. So the area of the square is 32 inch to the power of 2. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.